Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be answering your questions in relation to C9, CSGO in general, my past experiences and teams, and some funny ones thrown in there as well. Let's get into it. So the first question is your whole team going to be staying in the same house or country, or is everyone going to be in different countries when you play your next tournaments? So we're all going to be in our own countries and our own houses when we play the next tournaments due to the ongoing situation in the world, obviously at the moment. If things do improve and there are chances to boot camp and obviously you go to LAN, we're obviously going to do that as well. But I think we're all going to be staying in our own houses in the upcoming tournaments. Up next we have there been any issues with the NA and EU styles of play? Not really. I think at the very start Alex kind of made it clear his kind of style and how he would like us to play, and I think we've all adopted that pretty well when playing, and it's only going to get better from now on. How do you handle, or have you handled, a bad day or frustration within the team yet? I wouldn't say I've ever had frustration towards the team. I think personally on my individual performances I think I've had some bad days and I've been quite frustrated at it, but I think the only ways I normally handle it is just watching the game back after like a day or two and just seeing where I went wrong. You don't want to do it instantly, like as soon as you've had the loss or something, or you feel like you've played bad. You just want to just chill out and relax and then come back to it after, and you'll I think that's the best way you can do it, and that's how I usually do it anyway. Here we have what role are you playing in a team, and how are scrims going, and how is the team chemistry? So first of all, scrims are going really well, to be honest. I think we've been playing like some really good CS in the scrims, and obviously it's not like a full showing of what we can do, and obviously officials are completely different, but it's good to see that we're still doing really well in the scrims and we can do something at least anyway. And the team chemistry is obviously a lot better than it was at the start, especially with an international roster. I think it's always going to be difficult with people with different cultures and having different ways of playing. So the team chemistry is always going to be a bit harder to come by, like as quick as a team that you're all from the same nationality. But it's getting better each day with each practice, so it's only going to get improve in the future as well. In terms of my role in the team, I think it's changed for me individually compared to my past teams, which I think is good, because now I'm feeling like I'm more of a complete player, or working towards that at least. On CT side, I think I play obviously a lot more anchor roles, which before I had a mix of like heavy rotation roles and anchor roles, but now I'm playing more anchor, which I don't mind at all. I think it's great to learn new spots on a map. On T side, I think I'm playing I'm getting involved a bit more than I used to in other teams as well. I think now I'm having the chance to do more entering and stuff like that, so I think I've just got to improve on those things and work on it, and then I think it'll come a lot better for me. Okay, so the questions from Instagram. The first one: how are the comms when all of you speak different languages? Are the English comms fine, or is it hard to understand sometimes? To be honest, I think we're quite lucky, as obviously me and Alex are from UK, so our English is fine, and you've got Floppy as well, who's from America, whose English is also perfectly fine. That's our first language. And then Patrick, who's from Denmark, or Estag as you may know him, they're like Danish people have always got really good English, I find, and his is like just like his accent sounds American to me as well, to be honest. What is your warm-up routine like as an individual and as a team? So individually, I try and just go on aimbots each day, deathmatch, and a couple other workshop maps, and just try and keep it consistent. I think do it each day whenever you can. It doesn't really matter if you do it in the morning, midday, at night. Just try and do it each day, and then if I've got time, just doing some pugs, watching demos, and also like just practicing my grenades or trying to find new ones, because obviously the game is always evolving, so it's good to try and make some new smokes and flashes and so on. And as a team, since the start, like I think we started boot camping on around the 26th of September or something, and since then it was pretty full on, and we've been practicing like almost every single day, like 6 days a week maybe, sometimes 7, and we just play scrims and obviously some server time, like a normal team would do, and just going over new things and adding things, and just going from there really. Okay, so going into Reddit questions then. The first one is, what has been the biggest challenge so far in you joining Cloud9? I'd say the biggest challenge for me so far is probably learning some new positions. Going into teams before, I haven't been in that many teams, but going into my past teams, I've always kind of had the roles that I kind of wanted, and it was quite comfortable for me to just slot in and get used to those. But obviously now it's getting to know new people and how they play, and then also the new roles, which obviously can be difficult at the start, but I think I'm doing quite well now. I'm feeling more comfortable each day we practice and play official, so I'm only going to improve, and I think that's been the biggest challenge so far, but it's getting better each day. Where do you see yourself in 1 or 2 years from now, and do you think you can get top 30 in 2021? Me and the team, obviously we're hitting top 30 already within the few months of being a team and the few tournaments we've played in. Currently at 23rd in the world, which is, I think it is pretty good at the moment, but I think we would have wanted a bit better. I think going into Flashpoint would have wanted a better place in, that would have given us a better ranking. But we improved like with each tournament and showed we've got some good stuff. So I think in 1 or 2 years from now we only expect to be the best. Being 23rd at the moment is good, but we want to be better, and getting into the top 5 is something we're definitely working towards. Has playing with more experienced players given you a different perspective on competitive CS? I think it's just all the little things that add up. Because obviously before, when you're in other teams and you're playing, you feel like you're doing most things correct. Obviously you're not the best, but you feel like you're working towards that and you're working on things that you're meant to be working on. But coming into this team and playing with people like Alex, S-Tag, so on, who have played at like some really good teams at the highest level for some years, it's you kind of tell like the small details they know, and just the ways of practicing, and just their overall ideology going into the game, and how they think it should be played. I think you get quite surprised in how much on the smaller details that you never thought of before in your past teams, and it helps a lot. I haven't really got anything specific, but it's just those small details. I think you learn like a lot just in the short amount of time that I've been playing with them. Which teams are you looking forward to competing against the most? As a spectator, which is your favourite team to root for? To be honest, the teams I'm looking forward to compete against the most is just the best teams. Obviously, you've got Astralis. We've played against Complexity and Mouse Sports. So those are good games, especially against Complexity, because the hype around it is pretty big. Obviously, us being the Colossus and them being the Juggernaut. It's good to play against them because it's great for social media, and it's just like a big hype game. And I think you saw from some of the videos and stuff how hyped you were after winning that game in Blast. And then also, like, I think you build rivalries, like obviously with Mouse Sports we lost twice to now, which obviously were pretty close games, especially the second time round. So I think a team like that is I look forward to playing against, and just like trying to get one up over them, and just trying to beat them. And obviously just beating someone like Astralis would be good, or playing against or competing against them, because obviously they've shown they're the best for some years now, and it would just be good to beat the best team in the world and just showing you can like compete with them. And then as a spectator, which is your favourite team to root for? I wouldn't say I root for any team, but I like watching Astralis, obviously. For the same reason I've just said, like being the best team in the world, and they play CS, which is the way I think it should be played, and it's just really good to watch. I think their team chemistry as well, obviously coming from our team, which is something we want to improve upon, like the team chemistry. It's good to see like other teams that have like almost perfected it as well. And the last question in relation to C9 would be, of C9 vlogs a possibility? So that'll be something I'll try and work on. Obviously at the moment with no boot camps or events, it's pretty hard to do that, but I think for when we boot camped before, you can check out my Instagram, and I put some stories up on there that were related to our boot camp in Serbia. And also in the future, when we go to events and have boot camps, I'll be looking to do some more posts, some stories, and maybe even some vlogs as well. So make sure you follow up on my accounts.